Hello everyone, this is Selucous with another video on circlecasting. Now, in my previous video, I mentioned what a circle was and how it's primarily formed. You are to always go clockwise, never counterclockwise. That's how you devoke it, not invoke it. Now, I wanted to show you a small diagram of a circle, which you can see above me, which I will adjust the lighting and make you see it better in a little bit. Now, when you use a circle casting in a more ceremonial form, you will always have candles at the four corners, and you will normally traditionally have an altar set up towards the north. So, let me demonstrate this to you real quick. I'll be right back. As you see in my diagram, the diagram reads above here, north, south, east, and west. The square right here represents the altar, and what you might want to do is copy this diagram into your Book of Shadows notebook or whatever book you plan on using for these lessons. Now, the four quarters. The quarters are the guardians who watch over your circle, and they're also the elements that correspond with your circle. Later in our lessons, we'll talk more about elemental correspondences when we get into charming. The four quarters are placed on each corner of the circle where the direction goes. So, what I recommend you do is copy this down. These dots I'm about to put on here. Quarter for the south, visible right there. Quarter for east, directly east. Quarter for west, directly at west. Quarter for north, directly at north. Those are the quarters that you invoke in your circle, which is one of the first steps of circle casting. Now, if you are doing just a circle by yourself, then you don't necessarily have to worry about this. If you're doing a solitary circle, then you will probably best want to be in the very middle. If you're doing a coven circle, then you will have to have your high priest or high priestess work out on how you're going to be in the circle. Or if you are a high priest and high priestess, you might want to recommend having, let's say you have two people in a circle, try to keep that up as even as possible. 3, 1 north, 1 west, 1 east. 4, 1 north, 1 west, 1 east, 1 south. Always try to keep it divided. If you have up to 10 people in a circle, then actually some people prefer to have a more inner circle but join hands to make another circle in the current circle. Now, another thing that you should be aware of is protection. When you invoke the quarters, you're invoking more protection to add to your circle. When you do set up your altar appropriately, you would want to make sure it's facing north. Now, a lot of Wiccan books won't really tell you this, but I recommend it. As an important tool for Wicca, I recommend actually having a compass that tells you directions properly and is properly aligned. It's always smart to have your altar and circle face north. If this isn't possible due to living arrangements or whatever, then you can have it any direction, but it's always good to have your altar facing north. Now, a lot of people think that it's good to exaggerate, put tons of candles everywhere. My recommendation, especially for the simple circle casting I mentioned before, would be having one candle in each quarter, having 2 candles on the top of your altar representing the god or goddess. You can't really see that, but 2 candles. And having other extra candles you need for the spells you're doing or for elements in your altar. Now, this is a very decent diagram of a circle. It's not necessarily complicated. There are tons of more advanced circles you can do, but my favorite that I taught was still standing in the middle after you have prepared your workings. Take your right finger, wand or athame if you have it, or a sword if you tend to be more fancy. Clockwise, yea, this ground, mortal clay, I raise the gates, I wonder stay. You can say it 2 times if you wish. Clockwise, yea, this ground, mortal clay, I raise the gates, I wonder stay. And after that, You can call upon your deity by lighting your candles and saying, for example, if you were using Eros and Thanatos, you would say, Eros, I call you into my circle. Thanatos, I call thee into my circle. Always remember after you're done using them to thank them. When you devote your circle, always dismiss your gods first, for they have spent much of their time to help you with your workings if you summon them. So always thank them. If you don't have a food or wine or tea drinking that you're going to do to them, then just thank them kindly and bid them farewell. Then after that, if you've used the four quarters, the four towers in your circle, you'll want to dismiss them next. After dismissing them properly, that's when you can devote your circle and have it completely be gone. Doing right finger, wand, mace sword, counterclockwise. I hereby devote this circle. So note it be. That would be the simple diagram of how you would set that up. Circle casting can be very fun when you're with more groups, but always remember to take it seriously. Well, everyone, I thank you for paying attention to the circle casting. If you have any questions about circle casting in general, please contact me. On our future lessons, you'll see tons of different examples of circle casting, especially when I do more serious magic. I always enjoy this time we have together. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned to AshenTV for more information and subscribe. We beg of you. We put these videos on here to help you sheerly. If you ever think that my answers are wrong or my teachings are wrong, Wicca is a very open religion. I'm open to your comments. This has been Selucous for AshenTV, and I would like to leave you off by saying have a good day. Blessings.